we are celebrating 7 years of building success together. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you did not know, hello, my name is Aurelia Winn. Welcome. Here is a quick rundown of what I will be covering today. Should you have to leave, do not worry. The replay will be posted here on Facebook as well as YouTube and the Winn Publications website later. About the photo that you see on the screen, that is me, Aurelia Winn, the founder of Winn Publications. This is a picture I put together showing some of my accomplishments from last year. I became a certified book publisher, and Winn Publications became a minority and women-owned business enterprise. And so I was so glad about that. These accomplishments just put me in a better position to work with more authors. So let's get into the evolution of Winn Publications. Where did I start and where am I growing? So Winn Publications launched in 2018, and I was my first published author, and my older cousin, was my second published author. And that first picture there is me with my first book that can no longer be found just because I've unpublished it. It is called Who Am I? It was a devotional for single mothers who were also Christians. And so that was that. And then in year 2, in 2019, Winn Publications grew, and I published my first 10 authors and had one author become a bestseller. Shout out to her, Case Sharon. She is an author that I've been working with since 2019. The photo though is of my daughter Gia, and it was taken in February of 2019 at a Black History Parade in Pasadena. That day, my daughter and I wore our black and white outfits and hit the parade with 50 brochures, and within the first 1 hour, we passed them all out. Gia is now a 2 times published author, with our most recent release just last month called The Slay Ride Scandal, A Christmas Mystery. Check it out. It's available at winnpublications.com. Skipping ahead to year 4. So I introduced a new service, which really was a whole new brand, actually. I launched the Sunshine Handmade Market and hosted around 8 events local to Southern California. That particular photo was taken at my most successful event that happened that year in San Diego. I had over 20 vendors, food, music, and a reading corner for kids. I saw over 300 people come through and support not only Winn Publications and the Sunshine Handmade Market, but they also supported just the businesses that were there as well. Jumping to today, my goal is to publish 100 books, is to get to 100 published books. So that means doing what I did in a span of 7 years in 1 year. Can I do it? I think so. That is my goal. And then that photo is of Winn Publications' 7th anniversary collector's shirt. Let's look at it. This is the back. This is actually the shirt that I am currently wearing. And it is designed for book lovers and for authors. On the front, it has a character styled after me, in an alien in a suit, really just symbolizing the limitless creativity and adventure in publishing. This is a unisex t-shirt, and on the back, what you're seeing is a list of the 52 books that I published with Winn Publications in the last 7 years. And so if you're an author, if you know any one of those authors, go ahead and snag the shirt for them, gift it to them, wear it yourself with pride and support for the author that you may know, or support of Winn Publications if you like what we're doing here. Winning Together for 7 years is proudly displayed on the back of the shirt. And so in the last 7 years, I have learned a lot. And this is part of today's live that I am so excited to share and get into. Okay, so here are 7 lessons from my journey. Number 1, authenticity matters. Be true to your voice. And this is going to be, which I will connect the dots for you a little bit later. Authenticity, being yourself, being true to your voice sometimes it requires confidence in yourself. And so this can be a reason why an author might not publish their book, just because of self-doubt. And so that is definitely an obstacle that can become an opportunity to grow and overcome. And so if you struggle with authenticity, know that you're not alone. It's definitely a lesson to be learned that when you are your true self and you let your light shine, you just do better. You just connect with people that are supposed to be connected to you. And so that's number 2, community building. Networking is invaluable. When you put yourself in the right spaces, whatever right means to you, when you put yourself in those right spaces, you never know who you are going to come across. You never know who you're going to impact or who's going to impact you. For the last 7 years, Winn Publications has been able to be in business 90% because of referrals. Referrals is my greatest lead generator, and it's how authors come across me because of other authors, and it's how readers come across some of the authors that I've published because of other readers. Community building is important. Number 3, quality over quantity. Invest in good editing. So earlier I mentioned about the first book that I published. I took it down because guess what I didn't do? I didn't edit. So that's important if you're an author. Edit your work. Edit your work, hire an editor, and make sure that you're putting out quality work over just putting out work to put it out. Okay. Number 4, embrace change. Adapt to industry trends. That goes without saying. As a business owner, that's something that I've had to learn, is embracing change, the economic change, the social changes, political changes, all of that impact business, all of that impact readers, all of that impact authors, and just embracing the changes and being able to pivot is so key. Number 5, marketing is essential. Marketing is something that compounds over time. Everything, every action that you take to promote your work, authors, is important. If something's not working, keep going. Just the other day, I told an author, you know what? It might take about 90 days for your marketing and promotion to really catch up and take off. It takes people seeing something 7 times before they might even engage with it. These are just statistics, real life statistics that you can Google and look up. And so with that said, if you shared your book only once or twice, that's not enough. Marketing is essential. Keep promoting your work. Number 6, lifelong learning. Keep honing your craft. I am not the same business owner. I am not the same author. I'm not the same publisher that I was 7 years ago. A lot of things I've had to learn because I did not know. And that's just what it is. Being a lifelong learner helps you, of course, increase your knowledge, but it also helps you to have better experiences when you're in the know. And then lastly, number 7, persistent persistence pays off. Overcome fear. Um, you will see in the graph, in that bar graph, to the right, this is kind of an estimate of Winn Publications revenues over the years. You can see the highs and the lows that I've gone through in business. 2020, while a lot of businesses suffered, it was my best year in business. I think that's because a lot of people had time to write and maybe had a little bit of extra money too to publish. And I did really well that year. The following years, it trickled down. Okay. But what I know is, and because I'm committed to this business, I've committed at least 30 years. We're in 7, so we got a ways to go. I've committed 30 years to Winn Publications. And so what I've come to understand is the cycle of business. You will have some high highs and some low lows, and just planning for that and being aware of that allows you to mitigate your emotions and your feelings about what's happening. And so persist, persist, persist. Overcome fear, overcome anything that is in your way. Okay, so those are the 7 lessons. So Aurelia, what about publishing paths? If you're watching this and you're thinking about, working with Winn Publications in the future, anytime in the future, I would recommend that you at least look at your different options, okay? So there's self-publishing, there's hybrid publishing, and then, of course, I'm going to talk about publishing with Winn Publications. You can see the screen. It says, the pros and the cons. Pros of self-publishing, obviously, you have full control and you get all of your royalties. Cons, a con for you might be that it is a personal investment. It's not like traditional publishing where you don't outright pay anything. In fact, they pay you first before you pay them. It's not like that, but it's an option. It's an option. Self-publishing is an option that many authors take. It is one of the most requested services at Winn Publications, and so know that it is an option. Then there's hybrid publishing. Hybrid publishing is fairly new, and depending on the circles that you hang around, some people would say hybrid publishing is similar to vanity publishing, which is not on this list. But vanity publishing is just you pay a publisher, they take your money, you do end up with a published book. In some cases, you do end up with a published book, which I say in some cases because it's important to find a reputable publisher, okay? But the pros is it's shared resources and it's collaborative support. The cons is there's shared costs. You're still going to be paying, making an investment up front, and it's also shared control. And this is a option that I offer here at Winn Publications as well. Many authors go this route if they are looking for that shared experience. If they want that win-win experience, if they want to win with Winn Publications, as in when I do well, they do well, and vice versa, then that might be something for you to look into. However, hybrid publishing is similar to traditional publishing in that not everybody who chooses to hybrid publish with Winn Publications will be accepted for that. For hybrid publishing, I am looking for authors who have a long-term goal to publish. So that means they want to publish more than one book. Also, authors that are skilled. I want to work with authors who are skilled writers and can tell a dang good story. And so if that's you and you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, definitely take that as your sign to reach out and let's work together. Then, of course, there's traditional publishing. I won't go too much into that. I want to get into Winn Publications, the pros. Winn Publications, I offer a unique mix of services. Not only do I offer self-publishing and hybrid publishing packages, but I also offer a la carte services and the opportunity to create your own publishing package. Next. Okay, what if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, Miss Winn, I don't actually write books. Is there some way that I can still interact with Winn Publications? Yes, absolutely. Choose your support path. How would you like to support Winn Publications? What is it that you can do? Maybe you can write for the Winn Publications blog, now called the Winn Review. Maybe you can become a professional collaborator. Maybe you're an editor. Maybe you're an author coach. Maybe you're a book cover designer. Maybe you're an author website maker. That kind of person. Maybe you are a podcast host and you would love to have some Winn Publications authors come on. Those are the kind of professional collaborators that I would love to reach out and talk to. Maybe you're a bigger business than Winn Publications, and you want to support this work that I'm doing here. Absolutely. Reach out, let me know, let's connect and figure out how we can work together. Also, start a book club. I have a couple of authors right now whose books are ready to go for a book club. Their books are built in. They have questions and things like that, discussion questions for your book club already built in. If you're looking to start a book club, reach out. Let's do it. Myself and the authors that I serve and support and represent would absolutely love that opportunity. And then, of course, you can make a financial donation. Scan the QR code, save it, or visit the Winn Publications website, winnpublications.com. Make a donation right there. And all of that is really helpful and will go towards one of the goals that I have planned for this year, and that's to open a local office here in Houston, Texas. And then there's the option to refer a writer. This is the most popular option. As I mentioned earlier, referrals is what keeps Winn Publications alive and going. And so I'm so grateful and thank you for all of the referrals. If you do refer authors, please sign up so that way I can give you a monetary token, a monetary gift of my appreciation for your referral. That information is available at winnpublications.com. Then goal setting in publishing. It is the beginning of the year. It's January 5th, 2025. If you have not started on your goals yet, let's get into it. Setting and achieving goals. I'm sure you've heard of by now, maybe not, of SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely goals, right? So example for a writer might be, my goal, your goal is to complete the first draft of your book by March 31st, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is specific. That is measurable. I believe that's attainable depending on who you are. It's relevant if you're an author, and it's timely. There's a time stamp on there so you know when to be done. If you struggle with procrastination, I will say this: do not give yourself too much time to finish that book. Give yourself a week and get it done. A lot of times people procrastinate with their work because they give themselves too much time to do it. If that's you, cut back on the time that you're giving yourself to do the book and just do it. Get it done. Maybe you're a reader. You might say, okay, you know what? My goal this year or this month is to read 5 books by indie authors by February 1st, 2025. You can also put a timestamp on there to be more specific. Speaking of goals, what is Winn Publications' goal? Winn Publications' goal is to help 48 more authors get published this year. So far, I have 4 authors on my roster and 3 more coming soon. If you haven't heard of the $700 gift I'm giving to the first 7 authors who sign with Winn Publications, visit winnpublications.com for more information. I have 3 slots left for this anniversary special. And so if you're thinking about it, today would be the day to reach out and let's get it going. Next, I want to talk about the power of storytelling and reasons why writers don't publish their story. But first, Maya Angelou, there's no greater agony than burying an untold story inside of you. It will haunt you in your sleep, okay? But what are some reasons why writers don't publish their story? And maybe you can resonate with any of these. Here's 11 reasons why writers don't publish their story. The reasons in red are where Winn Publications can provide support. The other reasons are personal opportunities for growth. You can overcome these obstacles and push through. The fear of judgment, concern about how your story will be received by others can keep you from writing that book. A lot of these reasons why writers don't publish are, in fact, writer's blocks, because of this thought that, oh, if I write this book, then I'm going to be judged. Or, oh, if I write this book, actually this idea is not that original and I can't write it. Or, oh, if I write this book, I might be sharing too many personal details and exposing others, so I'm not going to write this book. Or, it's a lot of, if I do this, then this. If I do that, then this. Or, if I do this, you know what? The market is already saturated. My book is not going to stand out. All of these things can stop you and do stop writers from publishing their books. Again, they are opportunities for growth. In fact, authors, writers everywhere have overcome these obstacles. These reasons could have held them back, but they decided to move forward. And to those authors, I would like to say thank you. Many of these authors, many of these people that you see here, they have published books. These faces are of some of the authors who I have worked with. These faces also include my daughter, my sister, and my mom and dad. They are and have been my #1 fans. It's not lost on me how blessed I am to be supported and loved by my family. I'm also really blessed to cross paths with each of the authors on here. To them and to you, a huge thank you. And looking forward to 2025, while I have shared some of the goals already, I want to be clear and give you my SMART goal. My goal for 2025 is to reach more, to publish books with 44 authors, to sell 1,000 books, and to open a local office here in Houston, Texas by December 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I believe that I can and will make it happen. All right, well, we have reached the end of our presentation and the end of this Facebook Live. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Enjoy your day.